our task number 5 of our Class Time Academy Effective Assessments. So in today's task, we'll have a video focusing on scoring and reporting with class time in assessments. So I'm already here, ready to start a session. I will start first a preview to show to you guys. We already touched basis with some of the features that I will showcase today, but I will try to go a little more in depth and show to you better the functions and how you can grade and report your students' results in different ways with class time. So to start, we do always have, when you launch a session, you always have the settings. So here we have a premium feature. So you can see on top of my screen here that I am in schools and institutions license. The schools and institutions, a lot of people ask us what are the difference between the premium license and the school and institutions license. So as the name say, the schools and institutions license is it's focused on schools and institutions. So we have their features exclusively focusing on collaboration. So the shared folders, the adding co-teachers to your class, some of the reportings that are more advanced, like for the whole school, it's also something exclusively focused for schools and institutions license. So a lot of schools that we have that are our partners and are part of our licensed schools and institutions, they receive different reports and they are always creating shared folders, adding co-teachers to classes because they collaborate between them. The same school sometimes have more than one teacher teaching the same grade or the same subject, or the coordinator, the principal wants to have a vision of the curriculum, the online curriculum that that it's here on class time of that school. So we created all those very collaborative features to specifically to help those schools and institutions that were missing that in other solutions and in our solution as well. That's why we expanded and we created this this special feature that the special features that are really something else for schools and institutions. So that's the difference. So we have special features that are more focused on collaboration, but the premium license is more focused on the single teacher. So if you are using class time as a single teacher with your own class, but like your school is not using, then you have a lot of other features that we don't have in the basic plan. In the basic plan, we only have the core features of class time. So you can research on the library, you can make your own question set, you can start a session, but you don't have the actual premium features. So far from that, you don't have the challenge, the collaborative challenge, or the classes. The reporting is very basic as well, so you don't have as good as a report as a premium teacher or a school license teacher would have. And I will show to you, starting from the settings, that the enable partial grading, it's premium feature as well. So teachers that are premium and in the school license will be able to enable partial grading, where you can give half a point, a quarter of a point to your student. And a lot of teachers think that's more fair to the students' development and performance as well during an assessment. So they can grade half a point or a quarter of a point. So here, this is one of the main features in the session settings that teachers really love. Here in Show Solutions Immediately, you can already enable Show Solutions Immediately beforehand. A lot of teachers don't like that because of cheating, the risks that they just like the students can finish the assessment first and share the answers with other students, so they don't want to risk it, so they don't enable here. But I will show to you how you can enable after the assessment and just allow people to download their your students to download their own report. So proceeding here with enable partial grading, if you start a preview, you can also see if you are live with your students while they are doing the session. You will have a very similar vision as I am having here right now with the preview. So the results are coming. Because it's a whole, I didn't shuffle the questions, or I didn't put like anything. I didn't deactivate all questions and activate every single questions per time, or even round based. So the students have completely freedom to go to every question and come back to the question afterwards, or they can start answering from the fifth one and go back to the first one. So here you can see that the results are coming. You can see who are wrong, who are not. If I click on here, you already see a lot of examples of the questions, as I said in another video before, in one of the first tasks. When the questions are similar, they can bumble together. If you have a lot of students, you have like different answers, different windows of answers. But if you have like less students, all the answers can be combined in one window. And I will show with this other session that I prepared here. So here we have 4 students only. So if I click and this little eye, and let me just move myself a little bit. So you can see the individual question here. You can see that this was all answers have been validated if you validate all of them. And then here, when you have fewer questions, Chris, for example, answer no, but the correct answer is yes, so this is a no. And then we have yes 2 times. Here you can see the Chris, and one more time was a yes. And then you can come here and put a correct to the yes, and you have already corrected all of the questions in only one window. So this is a very good thing, especially when you have a lot of students into a session. There are teachers that have sessions with up to 100 students in one single question session, or even if you have like 50 is already a lot. So to grade all of the assessments, especially if you have a lot of free questions, that it's very popular. As Scott Houston said in the last video, in the 4th task, the webinar with Scott Houston and Valentine, they were talking about the most popular question types. So multiple choices, free text is a question type that is very much very often used. So grading free text can be very easy with ClassTime with just one window, one click. Here, if you come back to the session, that it's obviously a preview, so when you click here, you won't see all the names or actual examples, but you see this is sample answer 2, answer 3, answer 1. So let's say that 5, 6 or 7 different students answered this type of answer, that they will combine. You will obviously be able to see all the types of answer. If they're a little bit different, if it's yes or no, obviously they will combine it because it's very simple. But if it's a different type, if you're asking for a phrase and some students answer the same thing but in different forms of writing, then you'll be able to see every single answer. Even if you click into all of them, you see individually all the questions as well, the answers. So here, let's say that the correct answer is the sample answer 3. So I'm sorry that I have to keep moving myself here, but then you come here and you say that this is incorrect, that this is correct, and that this is incorrect again. And then I will have already a vision here of everything already graded. And what is very, very good is that I already see the percentage. If I don't want to see it, I can see in points as well, because I have here my enable partial grading. I can also see 4.60, 30. So I have like 70. So I have not only half points, I have like 20. So we have different degrees of partial grading, which is great for some teachers as well. Let's see here in the correct one. So here we had a multiple choice. I will just show to you how it can be. In this second one, it was a true or false, so partial grading wouldn't be that great. But here, for example, these two people, this person, the correct answers were the first one and the last one, and this person select the two ones. If they had select another one, so they are asking to select like the two that apply. If they had select a third one, that would be incorrect, because the teacher is already asking for two only examples. So if they had select a third one, obviously it wouldn't be a full point. It would be a half a point, or 70% correct, because he would have been wrong with selecting one more than the teacher had asked him to do. So this is the good about the partial grading as well. So here is correct. I already showed. Let's see if I have another answer. So here is the free text that it just showed to you. We also, here is a multiple choice as well. And here it's incorrect. It's not routine. It's a highlight text, so it's only one correct answer, and he clicked on the wrong answer. And here is correct because they clicked on the right answer in a hotspot as well. I will just launch here. I will just show how it looks for students, so you guys can see. Here you will see that because I'm getting into the session, so let's say I'm gonna just go into with my name, because this is a single session, this is not a class, so I can still go with only my name. And because now the session actually started, I can see the vision is different. So here I have a multiple choice, so let's say that I think it's the second one. I can still change my answer, because coming back here I can still change it. I can still come here and decide that I want to change because I'm not convinced. And let's say here, for example, it was incorrect, and then I'm not convinced. Obviously the student won't have this vision, but I will think it's incorrect, and then I will think again and think, oh, the last one is the actual correct one, and I will go forward afterwards. If the teacher is live, it's like watching a match game or football. It can be even fun. Like if you allow your students more than one attempt, if you obviously click here allow only one attempt per question, they won't be able to change the question. But if you do allow, it can be fun as well, because they are making up their minds, and they can do a whole review and come back, and you can see the answers changing. So here, as I said, let's say they asked 2, and I will put here 3. So, and here sleep, I think, is my answer. Here it's a multiple choice, so I will just pick one. here I think it's routine, but I know that's wrong because I just saw it. So just put keep. And here, I think it's this one. It is a hotspot, so the teacher is asking to click in the exactly if a 8-year-old child to get up 7 a.m. what time. So you have to come here, the age 8-year-old, get up 7 a.m. So potentially here, but because I put here in the 7-year-old, maybe it is correct because it is a 7. It is a 8-year-old, so it will be incorrect. As you guys can see, is incorrect. So when I come here to correct my student, I can see that the multiple choices are pretty much self-grading or true or false as well. Here, the third one, as I said, I put the 2 wrong ones, but because I put another one more than this one, it's only half a point and not a whole full point. So this is the partial grading that is very effective as well. In here, I can just grade my student life, and here it's around multiple choice. And here as well, as I said, it was 7-year-old, not 8-year-old, so I clicked in a hotspot in the wrong place. Here you can see that the teacher actually selects the whole 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. Area, but I clicked outside of the correct area, so I am in the wrong. And here it's not keep the correct show correct solution, it's routine. So I thought it was wrong, but it was actually correct, the first instinct that I had, but I select the wrong one, so it is a wrong. And here now you have my whole grade. And because you are in schools and institution, or if you are a premium teacher, you can, let's move myself again here. After your students finishing, obviously, if you schedule an assessment to them, they will finish the assessment, then you come back to your session and grade. So after you did all of this, you already have the results here. You will be able to export. So here you can export the session report in Excel, you can the session report in PDF, and the student report in PDF as well. Here is the school analytics that a lot of people ask, but here when we click to it, we go to our school license. This is because we have the possibility of exporting special data for our schools and institutions. So if the school want to see the whole progress of the class during a period of time, or compare different assessments, so we can do that. But we do have this special feature, special service, like reserved for schools and institutions. But as a premium teacher, you can already download reports per student and the Excel. As a basic plan, you can only download the session report in PDF of the whole class, so you can download per student. Here obviously is only me in the session, so it's only one student. But when you go, let me just close here, when you go to a session that we have more students like this one, I can export per student, and I can show to you that here I have Chris, Lena, Maria, and Robert. So I can export the individual reports. I can export all of the reports in zip, or I can export the whole session here in PDF. I will show to you. So now I have a PDF one, and then I can also export in Excel here. So let's open to show to you how it is shown, the reports. So in PDF, you can see the percentage of correct answers or incorrect answers. So this is a fail for the student. this is the whole, not for the student, but for the class. This is the whole session, the whole class report. So we have 4 students, 7 questions, 28 answers. Here we have all the correct answers, the options that the students had to click to be correct in this answer, in these questions. So here the correct answers, the percentage of, so here 25, 13, 25, 25. This is the partial grading. So yes, because it's a report, it's just like here, so 50% of the students picked this one, 50% picked this one, 0% picked the correct one. So they will show to you all with percentage. So here message 25%, routine 75% picked this one, message 25% picked this one. Remembering that I know I just picked KIP as an option, but that was in my single session. This one is the one that I'm showing you the reports. And then here you also have the correct and wrong answer for the hotspot. So you can download this. You will always remember Made with Class Time. So you have the name of your assessment, the name of the number here, the name, the code of your session. So it's very good to have it as well. And then you can also open the Excel one. So here it's opening in my computer, the Excel. So I can show to you. Opening here the session. I'm sorry if it's taking a little minute, but it is opening now, the updated Excel report. So let's just close this message. So here you can see who is the session owner, will be the teacher, total of questions for students, and then you can see the whole percentage of per student, standard points here with the code. If you click in the code of the session, and then you can see per question who got it wrong, who got it right. If you want to change something, if you talk to your student and they explain to you why it was incorrect, or you want to change because you put partial grading but you don't really want to give incorrect if they just select one correct option, because here in the checkbox as well it was 2 correct options, and if you select one you get a half point, or if you select one incorrect, like 3 more than one that the teacher asks you to select, then this third one will give you punishment. So we'll take a little bit of your grade, so we will get only like half a point or 70% of the point if you picked more than the options that your teacher asked you to do, as I'm talking to students, but I know I'm talking to educators. But if you ask from your students to pick 2 and they pick 3, they will be punished. So because they were incorrect in doing that. So that's what will happen here. If you want to change that, you can always come here to your Excel file and change and give the whole point or a half point, so you have 100% freedom to do so. Okay, so you have this report. What I will show to you here, I think I already covered most of the grading. I talked about the difference between the reportings in schools and in institutions, a premium and the basic. Here I can show to you in a basic plan as well. Here I am in another account, and I can show to you, if I go to my settings, I just launched a question. I can't select enable partial grading because it is a premium feature. Let me just see if here. So session timer and session scheduler are also premium features. A lot of people asked after Maria Derner's video as well if the audio was a premium feature, and no, audio is not a premium feature. You can upload audio to your questions without being only in the basic plan. You can already use audio. And here the difference between the report, again, moving myself, here in the report, you can only export session report PDF. So it's only the whole session in a PDF. So Excel and PDF of each student are only for premium users or school license users. And here the school analytics, obviously you have to upgrade to a school and institutional license as well to get access to. So coming back here, so let's say that now you finished your session, it's completely over, so you will allow show solutions to your students. You can come back here in your settings and just select here, just select show solutions immediately. It will have the same effect as if you click in show solutions to students here. But let's say that I will show solutions to students here. So now I enable because it's all correct. They already finished, so they can't. I'm not risking they sharing between them the results. So I will go back here into class time because as you can see, I was a student in this class as well. So here I can go to students, log in with a student account. So I will log in here with my class time account, because when I do so, you guys can already see that the session that I just participated, so here we have a new update as well. So here now you have a new vision. It wasn't like this the first time that I showed you in the second task in this program, but we had another update that you can go through all your you can join the class here, you can join a session here, here as well. You can change the language, and you can just see, you can see and filter all the sessions by name now, or you can have the vision of the whole session. So as I just said, I just completed this one, and because I finished all my my questions, I answered all my questions. For the student to be able to download their own report, they have to have answered all the questions. So I can already come here and download my own results. You can see that here I can even see how my performance were in the little round thing here, that it's way more red than green. So the student can already see more also how their performance were. And when I download my own reports, I will be able, here I see my name, I see the date that I completed the session, I see that I was wrong, and then I see the correct option as well. If my teacher gave me an explanation of the correct answer, it will be featured here as well on the bottom, their explanation why that was the correct answer. Here as well, I can see I select one that it was correct. So here I have 0.0 points because it doesn't matter. I select 3, it was like 2, it was 1 more than what my teacher asked, and 2 of my selections were in the wrong. So it took away even the little bit of correct point that I had. This is the system. This is how class time partial grading works. But obviously, as I said, if you don't agree or if you want to change the grading after after the assessment, you can always change the grading on the Excel and then letting your students know that they can download the reports, but that some of the grading will change a little bit because the 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 correct answer, they answered something correctly and you are dismissing their wrong attitude here in selecting one more option than what you asked. For example, I'm over talking about this because we do have a lot of teachers that ask us about the process in the partial grading. So we do always go for the right. So if your teacher asks you, you had two correct options, and your teacher is saying to you, is explaining to you that you had to only select two options, and you're trying to boost your chance and select more than two options, so you're already in the wrong. So our system, the partial grading will already punish you. It seems like a very strong word, but it is true. Like, you will be rewarded by your correct option, but if you're more wrong than right, then it's up to your professor as well, to you, to understand why the students did that, and how you're going to proceed with the grading in that case. But to be very honest, our partial grading process works very much all the time, so way more than it doesn't work. So we have very few complaints about the partial grading. But if you try, please do try. If you never tried the partial grading before, please do try and tell us what you think, how it went with your class and your students. But it works smoothly. You can give half a point, you can give a quarter of a point. So we have all this different levels of partial grading that they're great, and I'm sure it will fit your needs as well. But that's why I was extending myself here. For example, the teacher already explained why the correct answer was the one they were waiting for. Obviously, this is here a little fake. I did just to show to you. So yes, it's not the correct answer, but I validated as correct just to show to you how to validate a free question. But here, if my teacher validated my option as wrong, I could see why, and if it was correct, I could see even further the explanation. So here the student will be able to see all the correct, and then you obviously can talk to them afterwards. After they see the reports, you will chat with them via email or chat or Zoom, however you are doing with your students in the class, or even the classroom if you're back to the classroom as well. So here is the new student portal. They have all the possibilities of downloading, filtering per session or all the sessions. They can join a session, they can join a class here with the class ID. To remembering that grading sessions or classes are the same. The classes are the purpose of the classes are for security and organization. So you will still be launching a session. You will just be inviting your class, and you will have more control over who is entering your session. And also you can organize all your students in different classes, so you can invite all of them with one click, not send them the link and not know how they are getting into your class. Remembering that you can as well not enable guest students, so they won't be able to enter your session with only their nickname. They will have to enter your session with the same email that you have. So institutional email, a Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, or whatever email they might use for school, they will have to use that email to enter the session as well. That I think I already covered all the questions. We had some questions about audio. So yes, audio, it's a basic plan feature, so everybody can use audio. They asked about the difference between premium and school license. I hope that I already made it more clear to you. If you still have other questions, please let me know. This is the last full video about a new feature here, but I will also be touching points with you on Friday, with all of you on Friday, and we will be having a little review, and I'll be talking about the last step. And if all of you want to finish this program, becoming a class time certified educator will be awesome. If you want to graduate, just answering all the session settings that the sessions that I'm sharing in every single video, it's completely fine as well. We will also get the premium benefits and as well a brand new certificate. So you have a lot of options. I will explain further in Friday's video, and I hope you all are having a great week, and take care. If you have any comments or answers or questions, please let us know, and we'll be more than happy to help, so you can have the best experience with class time and explore this solution, learn better, and start using it. That's all we want with this program, to help you to get started. And if you already started, just learn further about the features. Okay, so thank you and see you very, very soon. Bye bye.